What's up, guys? It's episode 307. Welcome back to the show. What's up? It's Jacqueline. Welcome back to the show. Episode 307. Everybody off your feet. Put your hands together for that. All right, 307 episodes, 2.5 years podcasting, one pandemic, a world war, inflation through the roof, supply chain shortage, gas prices higher than ever. Nothing stopped me. All right. Get your fucking ass up and work. Hi. Why did you say that, Jacqueline? Well, Kim K gave me that advice and I'm regurgitating it to my audience right now. Get your fucking ass up and work. I'm going to lead this episode with the Kim K thing because it's very simple to me. And in my opinion, she's absolutely right. Like, get your fucking ass up and work. And the fact of the matter is, it's Kim K giving women in business this advice. And so, of course, everyone's going to turn it into 50 different things and talk about, you know, how the Kardashians had it easy. It's easy for Kim K to say, blah, 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 because of, you know, where she comes from and how, you know, she grew up with wealthy parents or whatever. But it's like what she said is true. Work, get your ass up and work. And, you know, of course, if your mentor or someone you look up to said that, if maybe your mom told you that, or your grandma, or just anyone you respect, or if if this was some like viral video coming from a small business owner who's like pushing 60, running a bodega in New York City, and they told the world to get women in business to get their fucking ass up and work, we'd be praising it. We'd be like, woo, you know, that's it. That's, you know, the greatest advice ever. They're right. But, you know, it's Kim K. So we're going to talk about everything that's wrong with it. And it's not wrong. That's great advice. Like, I've been getting my ass up and getting my ass up and working on this podcast now 307 times, and it's straight up hard work. That's all it is. It doesn't matter. Like, in life, it's just the reality is everyone has a different upbringing. Everyone comes from a different economic background, and hard work is hard work, period. Of course, it's opening a lot of conversations, and I get that, and I understand why, but Kim Kardashian is right. What did she say? Let me just play the clip if you're confused. I'm like, I didn't even give any context. The Kardashians, breaking news, are coming out with a new show on Hulu, coming out April 14th, called The Kardashians. And it's more of like a documentary style show than their previous Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which is like a reality show on E! I'm saying this like nobody knows about Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Yeah, they're coming out with a new show, and Variety interviewed them, and the internet's going crazy right now because Kim said this. Let me cue it up.
I have the best advice for women in business. Get your fucking ass up and work.
So yeah, what are your thoughts about Kim K's advice? Let me know. Send me a DM. Interact with me. Comment on this YouTube video if you're watching on YouTube. Actually, let me plug my stuff real quick. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm on video there and Spotify, so subscribe to my Spotify as well. Follow me on Instagram at Jacqueline Monroe. And last plug, patreon.com/tjms if you want to support the show. It's $5 a month, and what that means is, instead of putting 15 gallons of gas in your car this week, put 14 and then throw that extra $5, because gas is $5 a gallon now. I'm trying to make this a thing. Put that extra $5 to my page towards my Patreon and support your local podcast host in this tough economy. Patreon.com/TJMS. So, a few life updates. I haven't talked to you guys in a minute. I'm buying golf clubs. So I'm golfing. I'm going to pick it up for real now. I'm not just going to go to the range. I'm buying a full set of Callaway golf clubs. I chose Callaway because I feel like it's the most, it's like one of the oldest golf brands, and cool. All right, I'm picking up. So like, if you want to know about golf and me, no one's asking. I'm just gonna. My whole podcast is like nobody asked, but you're telling them. So, anyways, I grew up watching golf. Like I've been following it my whole life. I'm obsessed with golf, but I've never played. And last summer, I went to the range for the second time, and I discovered that I'm pretty good at it. Like I'm like naturally good at it or whatever. Like I can watch someone swing and I can kind of copy it, like copy my body to, or I can do the motion. I can see what someone else is doing and I can apply it to myself. And I feel like when you're starting out in golf, that's that's probably a good thing. So anyways, I'm going to start golfing and I'm really excited. I also have, my road bike is coming from Washington. My mom's shipping it down, bless her soul. She's going to deconstruct my road bike and like put it in a box and ship it here. So I'm going to start road biking on the weekends on the PCH here in Southern California. Wait, is it the PCH? The 101 Pacific Coast Highway? No, is that LA? It's all the same. I'm going along the coast on a road bike on the weekends. Can't wait. That's happening. What other life updates are going on? I'm seeing the family in Vegas this spring. Okay, I don't really know what else to update you guys on. What else is happening? Like personally, and then I want to talk about a couple, like I have some topics I want to like dive into, like actual like segments. Life's really good. So, first of all, there's this trend going around on TikTok. I delete and re-download TikTok all the time, but like now I feel like it's here to stay because I'm posting my podcast clips on there, and I'm literally unscrewing my belly button ring. This is like, Gen Zers aren't they like? That's chuggy to have a belly button ring. I'm unscrewing it right now for no reason. Hold on, I have to. It's disgusting. Sorry. Don't apologize, Jacqueline. Never apologize for anything. I like don't apologize. I mean, I say I'm sorry when I'm actually wrong, but I'm not wrong for pulling out my belly button ring during the podcast. Anyways, there's this trend going around on TikTok called like the clean girl, or it's like that girl aesthetic. And what are we doing? Like straight up, what are you talking about? What are we doing? Why are we making showering and taking good care of yourself like a full-on fucking aesthetic? Like that's people's personality traits now, and that's what they're sharing on their brand or their content on TikTok. And it's like it makes me itch. I'm like, literally just exist and don't make everything a thing and make your personality revolve around your slicked back bun and your minimal makeup and your matching workout set and your Aritzia jacket or whatever and your perfect little like set of gold earrings and your like multiple piercings that are like part of the clean girl aesthetic or whatever. And then like the fact that you take walks and listen to sex podcasts and then you call that your hot girl walk. Like that's like why is this a thing? Like and then it's like all about being clean. That's what I think. It's not necessarily the content and like what they're sharing. It's just like the name, the clean girl aesthetic, like clean. Like be a clean, don't be a dirty girl, be a clean girl. Be pristine, be well kept, and have, oh yeah, and the other thing now is people are like removing, so the part of the clean girl aesthetic is people are removing their, God, here I am praising Kim Kardashian for giving great advice, telling women to get their fucking ass up and work, and then shitting on other women for showering and being, and like sharing how to be clean. Just go with me. All right. And now, you know, I do appreciate this part of the aesthetic. It's a lot of women are removing their fake nails and they're just doing like clean girl nails where they just have like nothing. And oh yeah, and like girls that dye their hair and like bleach it out, or like I'm going with my natural color now, and maybe there's some positives in it, but it's just the whole like clean thing that bothers me, I think. And the fact that, again, I've said this, I've commented on this before many times, but people are putting together a formula. They're offering up this blueprint formula, whatever, about how to be an acceptable woman in this society and like how to present yourself. And it's just like, I have a problem with it for some reason, and I don't really know why. Like, why do I have a problem with it? Maybe it's because it's a whole like individuality thing and being your own person thing, and it's like when everyone's just copying, pasting. It's like, I've said this before, but there's, in my opinion, like 5 archetypes of people out there, and everyone is copying, pasting an aesthetic they see online onto themselves, and then you look around and then everyone's just like the same person with like a different version of the same thing everywhere. It's just, you know what I mean? It's all coming off social media, and no one's an individual anymore. No one's got the only person I'm like, that is like recently that I came across, oh my God, that I'm like, that is a unique human being, is fucking Oliver Tree, like with his cowboy hat and like huge pants, and even his personality is very unique. It's just like, that's so refreshing. And to me, it's like, that's going far with it. But Jesus Christ, Jacqueline, shut the fuck. I don't need to yell at myself like that, but like Nike hat, Patagonia zip up, like the fact I'm doing a podcast is even like not even unique anymore, because everyone and their mom has a podcast. But I don't know. I just maybe it's like a Gen Z thing. I don't think like millennial girls are doing the clean girl thing. I don't fucking get it. It's like you see these videos and it's like the sun is just like shining through the window onto a glass. It's literally like, this is the aesthetic. This glass of water I'm showing right now. Go to YouTube or Spotify, watch. It's like the sun is shining through the window on a glass of water. We're drinking clean water. We're being pure women. We're getting all of the dirt out of our fingernails, from underneath our fingernails, and we are scrubbing our vaginas 15 times a day. We do not stink. We're clean. We shower. And that is the clean girl aesthetic. Like, you know what the thing about this is? It's very like, I hate to bring up privilege or whatever, but like when I grew up, I was out in the farmland. I didn't have a cute little neighborhood to do my hot girl walk in. Like if I was, you know, a girl living out there watching these TikToks right now, I'd be like, fuck you. I'm out on the farm bucking bales of hay. You know what I mean? It's like a city. It's like easy for the girls in the city to do, but it doesn't apply to everyone. And I guess then whatever. I don't know why I have such a strong opinion on this. It seems like I love bitching about social media, and that's kind of become my podcast theme lately, but we just have to, it's just the whole making everything a thing that pisses me the fuck off. Like, just like 101 how to be a person. Wake up, brush your teeth, you know, shower, shit, get some fresh air. Okay, but like now it's like we're seeing exactly how people do it in the most perfect way, and it's like, it's not. Stop it, okay? There's a new Mandela Effect. If I sit back like this, I can grab my shoulder blade and it feels really good. I have no manners today on the podcast. Sorry. Pulled out my belly button ring. There's a new Mandela Effect. And I'm going to ask you right now before I reveal it. When you started using the term bucket list, like, I'm going to put that on my bucket list. I want to jump out of an airplane. It's on my bucket list. I'd love to go snorkeling in the Bahamas. That's on my bucket list. How old were you when you started using that term? And about what year was it? Okay? Because apparently this is a new Mandela Effect, and the term wasn't used before 2007. I was in 7th grade at the time. This blows my mind. There is no evidence anywhere on the internet. People can't find it. I'm sure it's somewhere. I mean, people aren't digging hard enough, but there's like no evidence of the word bucket list before 2007. And the reason why it's 2007 is because the movie The Bucket List came out in 2007. And that's where it comes from. And I swear, like, has this been debunked yet since I'm on the topic? I feel like, let me look up bucket list. Mandela Effect. Is it effect or... Oh, you want to know the difference between effect and effect? My brain goes, affect with an A is like a verb, like you're affecting something. Effect is like more of like an outcome. It's like it is affected by X, Y, and Z. But when the clean girl trend thing affects me with an A, the effect of the clean girl trend on me is I am pissed off with an E. Effect. Should I start the dirty Jesus Christ, the dirty girl trend? Jacqueline, why do you have to be such a contrarian, and why do you have to go against the grain about everything? And I feel like the reason why is because I question anything that is like hyped, or not question, like, what is it? The thing that sings the loudest, there's like a phrase. Yeah, when someone in a room is like being really loud and obnoxious, it's like I always go, just like trends that are really loud. I'm like, what's going on with that? I'm gonna observe that. I'm gonna sit back and question and think about that, and probably disagree with it at the end. It's just how I am. The phrase bucket list didn't exist before 2007. This is on Reddit. Thank God. People are gonna be chiming in here. It was coined for the 2007 film The Bucket List, not the other way around. The only reference one can find of the phrase being used before 2007, according to Google, is in a book. However, it's used in the author's bio, which was updated in 2011. Yeah, I swear I've used this phrase my whole life, like being younger, like maybe in 3rd grade, which was prior to 2007. Like, I would be like, I want to put that on my bucket list. I want to be a Formula 1 race car driver, which was one of my dreams as a child. Being a race car driver. I don't know. Bucket list. 221 comments. Holy shit. Yeah, so I'm not going to like Google bucket list until I can find something from like 1901, but yeah, I swear that this phrase is, like, you know what a good thing to do is, let me call my mom right now and see when she first used the phrase bucket list.
Hi, Jack.
Hi, Mom. You're on the podcast right now.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So I have a question for you.
What's going on?
Mom, you know the term bucket list? Bucket list.
Yeah.
When did you start using that phrase? Like, oh, I want to put that on my bucket list. Or when did you first hear it?
Well, you know what my gut says? I don't have a bucket list.
I know, but the word, just not if you have one or not, just the phrase itself, like your whole life or
no,
recently.
Not my whole life. No. That became some sexy thing, I don't know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. People who, people use it for all reasons.
So like not in the
So-
80s when you're in high school or
No,
college.
God, no. It's kind of a new thing. I mean, if it was used in college or in the 80s, I certainly didn't use it. I didn't even a bucket list. My job was just to get a career and have babies.
Would you say that like around 2007 people started using it?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say I was diagnosed with cancer 2011, and I know that's when maybe I started listening to those words and heard it for the first time. So it could be that it started before that, but I never paid attention to stuff like that.
But like not when you were a kid.
No, heavens no.
Interesting. Okay. Do you know what?
Did you research it and see that it said that?
Well, do you know what a Mandela Effect is?
The Mandela Effect. No, tell me.
It's basically where everyone remembers something one way and then they go to like Google or whatever and it's something different. Or like
wow.
it's like what's a good example? Like there is a book, I think. Okay, the whole Mandela Effect thing is from Nelson Mandela. Everyone thought he died in prison in the 80s or something, and he really died in like 2013. Yeah. So everyone was like, "What?" So they think one thing, and then it's actually another thing.
Yeah.
But like it's like a majority has the same. They remember something the same way, and
yeah.
But this is the new thing, like the bucket list. Everyone thought they've been using it their whole life forever, and then it hasn't actually been used since 2007, apparently, according to Google. Like you can't find it before 2007.
Okay.
So that's why I called you for the podcast today. All right. I mean, I don't actually have one written down anywhere, but
really,
no.
Me neither. I don't have a bucket list. I just want to live life with my children.
Hell yeah.
Watch my kids succeed is my bucket list.
Love it. Love you.
Yeah. Well, I'm in the resort office trying to see how many guests are arriving tonight. And then I've got some painters painting one of the big chalets, and the phone's just been ringing off the hook.
Wow. You're busy.
Yeah,
you're working hard. Hey,
absolutely. Grinding. I got bills to pay. I like to eat nice food, so I got to work.
Did you hear what Kim Kardashian said?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Get your fucking ass up and work. What's your opinion on that?
You know what? Everybody is born into a situation, regardless if it's poor, medium, rich, extreme rich. But to succeed like those Kardashian girls have succeeded, they have to work. They have to work just as hard as a poor person has to work, a medium person has to work, or a wealthy.
It's all the same. Work is work.
So those goddamn ladies on that View show that were mouthing off, give me a break.
I know. Just it's good advice. Just leave it at that.
Work.
Get your yeah. That's funny.
Yeah,
I said the same thing.
I liked what she said because it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Okay, I gotta go because I got folks coming to check in so they can be on a it's massive snow, a very cold river roaring by, and a hot tub bubbling. That's what they're expecting tonight.
That's a good time.
So zen.
Very zen.
And I'm sure I'm going to ask these guests when they come in, hey, were we on your bucket list? I'm going to see what they say.
Or ask them about it. Yeah, okay. Over and out.
All right.
10-4.
Love you.
All right, love you too.
Bye. Bye. See, the phone's ringing. Bye.
All right. Bye. So, interesting about the bucket list. My mom doesn't recall it being something she grew up saying or like hearing. And well, yeah, so maybe ask your parents or your like grandparents, even someone super like in an old ask the old farts in your community when they started using bucket list. I just feel like it was an elementary school thing maybe when I first started, but maybe it wasn't until middle school, like 2007. It's funny what my mom said too. Do you hear her say it? She liked what Kim said. I knew she would agree with it. I knew. And here my mom is working on the weekend at a resort. She's like holding it down. I love working. You know, I'll say this. During the pandemic, at first, when everything was shut down and I didn't have anything going on, it was like the most miserable time of my life. And it's like, no wonder I got depressed. No wonder I sat inside for like 2 weeks straight and laid in bed and just had zero, like just hated life. Like I didn't have a purpose. I wasn't working. And I'm just such I have to like be active. I have to be doing something. I want to feel like, you know what it is? I feel like it all comes down to feeling like I'm contributing to society and I'm adding to the world. I'm like not just existing as Jacqueline. I'm like giving something of myself that is moving the society forward in some way. And am I brainwashed? Or, you know, people also have the opinion, oh, we should all be, you know, it's the corporate America is modern day slavery, and we should all be, you know, we have one life here on this beautiful earth, and we should all be, you know, lounging in the wildflowers and meadows and loving each other and just like not doing anything. We shouldn't be working in cubicles. Well, like people have that opinion, but you know, I'll say something about that. Wishing reality was something that it's not is, in my opinion, not very good for you, because at some point you just got to accept that this is how the world works. I'm here for 100 years and it's most likely not going to change into this utopia where we're like, yeah, laying in meadows and we're not working our corporate jobs and we don't have to pay taxes. Like, that's just not going to happen. So your life might be living hell if you, it all depends. You know, there are people living in their vans and they're, you know, off the grid and they're not really plugged into society and they're figuring it out and they're doing their thing that way. So, you know, I've just found that mentally, I don't sit around all day wishing I, you know, wasn't working I mean, I can't really say I have a corporate job. It is kind of corporate. My job is kind of like a corporate job. It's very modern, though. I'm fully remote, and I have a lot of freedom. And I feel very blessed right now because of, obviously, gas prices, and I'm not commuting on a highway to work, you know, every single day. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. I'm like, damn, if you commute to your job right now, fuck. Like a good, you know, hour or 2 hour commute. Those gas prices are a little rough, and I'm in California where it's like the roughest. And yeah, so I feel like, yeah, I don't live my life every day going, oh, I wish I didn't have to work this job, pay taxes, and oh, I wish we could all just like sing Kumbaya on a meadow. What else is going on? Trump is on Nelk on the Full Send podcast. Is that what it's called? I've actually never listened to it until I saw the clips of Trump going around social media. Let me see here. Full Send podcast. Yeah, and YouTube deleted the video, which is wild because they're just some like regular, I mean, they're not regular dudes. I mean, they're like big on social media. They're not like a politician like Trump. They're like regular people who had a politician on their podcast, and that got like YouTube just whoosh, threw it away. I don't care what your opinion is about Trump. It doesn't matter if you don't think that YouTube censoring the Nelk voice and deleting that episode is wrong, then someday it's gonna be someone you really like and their shit's gonna get deleted and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? And that's probably gonna, but because it's Trump, you like you don't care. But someday when they censor someone you love, you're gonna be like, oh, that's not cool. And yeah, I don't really want to get into it. It was just interesting. Like, I mean, I'm like, I cannot believe out of, like, they had him on before Rogan had him on. Like, they've had, like, Trump just, it's so, like, nonchalant. I think that's what it is for me. It's like, I've heard of the Nelk Boys. Like, I don't watch their stuff. I don't listen to their stuff, but I, like, kind of know about them. And didn't they come out with a seltzer called, like, Happy Dad? and are they Canadian? Like, there's like a group of them. I saw that Bob Menery was in the interview. I'm like, I know Bob Menery from his voiceover Instagram videos on of sports clips, and I'm like, how does is he in the? I don't really understand what. I'm out of the loop with the whole Nelk thing, but so like I've heard of them and stuff. So then, and to me, they're just like these like cool dudes, just like they drink and party and have a good time, and they're, they make fun content. Woo! And so then when I saw Trump on, I was like, oh, that's so like random to me, I guess. It wasn't like, it wasn't like he was on a more serious podcast. So wild. YouTube deleted it, and I know that's just it's just not right, just not right. I mean, what did they even talk about on there? Just his thoughts about what's going on in Russia, I guess, and probably gas prices. I listened to a little bit of it. Was just curious, probably like the first 15 minutes. It was a very like casual, just nice conversation. It wasn't anything like worth deleting. The thing about it, this is what it is too. It's like Trump was saying things that you can hear on like 900 other podcasts right now about the Russia-Ukraine situation. Like, he's literally saying the same sentences, but because it's Trump, of course, it's gonna get deleted. Like, it was just like a conversation. Yeah, you're gonna have like people on both sides are saying this. Like, I feel like collectively, well, maybe not collectively, I haven't been paying attention to the news, but we all don't want this, and we all think it's bad, and I'm pretty sure Trump is reiterating that on the podcast. And anyways, I think maybe it's because he kind of talks shit on Biden, of course, saying that like, oh, we have a incompetent leader who is making us look bad on the world stage right now. And I don't talk about politics on here or anything, but like, it seems, in comparison to the past, like we're a little weak right now, or we're very weak, and honestly, my only reason for saying that is because of course, when Biden speaks. It's just like, it's rough to watch. And that alone is enough for me to go like, yeah, we don't have like a strong, well-versed, well-spoken leader. And oh my God, what Kamala said, that's also blowing up right now, about how Ukraine is a small country in Europe next to Russia, a big country. And Russia invaded an unprovoked Ukraine, who's not provoking them. And that is a bad thing. Have you guys heard that? Like, what the fuck? Ukraine is a country in Europe. A small country in Europe. It's just like, she's giving us a geography lesson for what? What are you trying to... What was it? What was the context of that conversation? Like, just her explaining what's happening. Okay, what else do I have on my list today? I'll touch on this because I mentioned Ukraine and Russia. I saw this quote thing on, of course, Instagram being shared around, that said, "You are not morally obligated to comment on every global crisis." And I like that, because it seems like nowadays when, of course, okay, the pandemic broke out and everyone's commenting and sharing their 2 cents on it. During the election, everyone's commenting and putting their 2 cents on it. Fucking forest fire breaks out. A cop murders someone, or something terrible happens in another country, like an invasion in Ukraine. Everyone's putting it's like everyone's commenting on their social media, resharing stuff on their stories, and blah blah blah. So I like that quote. Like, you're not, just because something's happening in the world doesn't mean you need to go on your Instagram, like share your thoughts and opinions on it and put in your 2 cents. Like, and I'm choosing, like, sometimes I feel like I should, in a way, like, oh, like, you have a platform, like, you should use your voice, because I have a podcast, you should talk about it. You should educate your audience on it. It's like, I'm just not well versed in war in general. Like, I don't understand. I literally, like, I know the gist of what's happening, but I don't know the details and intricacies of the everything. And I know at the end of the day, it all comes down to money. Like, that's obvious. Of course, there's some sort of monetary gain from war, and a lot of people profit off of it. So I do understand that, as to why it's going on. And that's kind of the end of it. Like, I don't really understand the history. I need to read or watch a history doc because it's out the window. Like, I remember going to high school and learning about world wars, and I was really well educated on like World War I, World War II, Vietnam, the Gulf War. Obviously, I lived through the Iraq War and 9/11 and everything, and then recently with a pullout of the troops in Afghanistan. I've lived through that, but this whole Ukraine Russia situation, I'm a little bit don't know, can't say a lot. It's just horrible to see the pictures and videos, which a lot of those have come out to be phony pics and videos, which is like, again, it's almost like I don't even feel it's not even like I don't feel horrible saying this. It's like there's so much misinformation out there, like the whole the ghost of Kiev, right? That was all BS. There's like a picture of a man, or like a dad and his daughter, that was actually apparently from a movie or something, or like an old picture from like 2014 that was being used. The whole the Ukrainian soldiers on the island that told Russia, they said like "fuck you, Russia" over the speaker, and there was a recording of that. Apparently everyone thought they all died, and actually got captured. We come to find out later that they got captured. So it's like, it's so messy and confusing, and everything's not, it's hard to figure out what's true and what's not. And so it's like, to even go and like make sense of it all is like so much. Jacqueline, get your fucking ass off and work and figure out the Russia-Ukraine situation and go educate your audience as a content creator with a platform. Get your fucking ass off and work. Quit complaining about the misinformation and being lied to by the media, and fucking get your fucking ass up and work. Jesus. But seriously, like, I can't even, it's so, I can see the big picture. I can kind of get the gist of what's going on, but the minuscule little details and those things, I can't figure out what's real and what's not. And if I've learned anything in the past couple of years about the media, it's that not even the past couple of years, this shit's been going on for a long time. They can't be trusted, like straight up they can't. And so yeah, why watch the news even at this point? Because it's just like a mess. I wonder what the future holds for it's just like there's no such thing as a free press anymore. It just doesn't exist. And so it's just like, okay, I'm gonna wrap the episode up right now by reading tweets about Kim K telling the world, or telling women to get off their ass and work. First tweet from @opinion_hater. I wish I was born rich so I could be self-made. That's what it is. Everyone's just like being a victim about this. Like, I'm just like poor, and I didn't grow up in a wealthy family, and I'm middle class, or I lived in the slums, and I don't have a dad, and my life sucks. It's just like, she literally just told people to get up and go to and work hard, have a good work ethic. But everyone's making it like just like people keep saying, this is at that Shanna girl. People keep saying nobody wants to work these days, but I keep hearing Nobody wants to be exploited these days. When someone's like, when rich people say nobody wants to work these days, they mean I will fire any employee who stops working to eat or sleep. God, this is so fucking dramatic. Kim Kardashian wouldn't last one day as Kim Kardashian's help. People are assholes. I think if you grew up in Beverly Hills with super successful parents and what was simply a smaller mansion, nobody needs to hear your thoughts on success/work ethic. This same 24 hours in the day shit is a nightmare. 99.9% of the world grew up with a very different 24 hours. Life is what you make it. It doesn't matter what your circumstances are. Like my mama said, she was on the phone earlier saying it. Like, it doesn't matter where, like, what level you're at. The point of what Kim said is get up and work, okay? Make the most out of what you've been given, okay? That's just life. Instead, everyone's, like, attacking her, playing a victim. I wish I grew up rich so I could be, like... Just sit down. Here's another one. I'll make sure to let my mom, who worked 2 to 3 minimum wage jobs at a time and had me sleeping in a gas station so I wouldn't be alone, that she should have just worked harder. Oh wait, she had a heart attack at 57 because she could never afford doctor visits and medication. That sounds like your mom got her fucking ass up and worked. That was her situation and she did what she had to do, and that's exactly what Kim K advice was. She got her fucking ass up and worked. It's horrible that you had to sleep in a gas station. It's horrible, she had to work multiple minimum wage jobs just to, like, have enough money. That sucks. That fucking sucks. But it's not like your mom sat on the couch and you got, like, it's like no one's grateful. Like, fucking, like, have perspective. Like, if your mom didn't do that, you'd be under a bridge living on a cardboard box instead of sleeping in a gas station. I guess that's the same thing. This is actually rough. And then her mom died at 57. I don't know. It's just, life isn't fair. It's not equal. Like, it's just, but I would look at that and go, that mom, God. If you watch their show when it comes back this year and keep lining their pockets, you're dumb as fucking shit. I'm sorry. Hater. Rich splaining. This person's calling it rich splaining. When a person who hasn't experienced poverty gives you patronizing advice on how to get out of poverty. That's not what Kim was literally not saying, like, hey, poor ass bitch over there sitting on your ass. If you don't want to be poor anymore, get off your fucking ass and work. She's literally just saying, like, work hard, whatever. Like, that's it. Maybe that stings if you're poor. Like, I'm sure, yeah, that sucks to hear it from a rich person, but it fired me up. This is rough. I mean, this is like, it's just like, you could spin it in so many ways. And someone said, please add, when a person has never had a real job. Kim K has had real jobs. She's talked about them. Didn't she organize closets? Wasn't that her thing with Paris Hilton, right? She, like, organized Paris's closet or something. Personal organizer. I don't know. You guys, I saw relative. Another one. Remembering when I was a miserable unpaid intern, traveling on my own dime across London to fetch Kylie Jenner a specific kind of Manuka honey for her tea on a luxury fashion shoot. People would fucking kill for that internship. Like, that shit's on your resume for life, and I'm sure you learned that in some way like benefited you. People are so ungrateful and just like I could give so many examples where during like my internship where I'm like just I don't want to elaborate because that's another tangent for another episode. Here we go. Yes, Kim, people are tired of working 30 plus hours a week to earn 1/920th of what you get by doing literally nothing and signing your name to a product someone else developed. Here's how I look at it. Sure, she's signing her name on a product someone else developed, as this person's saying, right? But you can't tell me that throughout her day, her phone's not blowing up, she's not in meetings, she's not making decisions, calling shots, taking interviews, putting on clothes, taking a photo, posting it, answering DMs. That's all work, okay? Like, that's all. As much as glamorous as it might sound or seem, you know, and she's not, you know, unclogging toilets, okay, and she's not cleaning up, or she's not washing dishes or whatever, like, it's still a lot of work. You can't, like, I think I've like heard her on other interviews and she's like, yeah, my team and I will be like texting and doing stuff until like 2 a.m. Like, she's hustling. Like, you gotta admit, like, that, and just, it's everyone's got on a different journey. This is what I should have said earlier. Everyone's got a different life, and hers is up here, and maybe everyone, you know, other people are down here, but we're all fucking working. We're all doing work. We're all using up the hours in our day to get that bag. And so it doesn't matter if you're Kim K or you're Kim B. Kim A. Wait, Kim K. What's K? A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K. KL. What's like, I'm trying to make like a Kim A or Kim B. Shut the Jacqueline, move on to the next tweet. Just get your fucking ass up and work. Oh my god. This is long-winded. Or like I'm talking a lot about this today, but rich people gaslighting us, that's such an overused word right now. Rich people gaslighting us that it's our fault. People listening right now thinking I'm gaslighting them into thinking that gaslighting is an overused word. It's just like, it's just a vicious. Who's thinking that right now? Jacqueline's gaslighting me. Gaslighting is a great word. It's not being overused on the internet. Jacqueline, I'm not gonna let you gaslight me into thinking gaslighting is overused. Here we go. Rich people gaslighting us that it's our fault we are poor. Did Kim say that? Fuck, this is like so spun, and like, this is rich people gaslighting us that it's our fault we are poor and not inherited wealth is a choice. So let's make a choice to tax the rich. Why are you saying that? Kim didn't say it's your fault you're poor. Like, why are people doing this? This is why I just hate Twitter, and I don't have one. I just can't stand the internet and stupid people whining. I don't know why I'm even wasting my life right now, and I could be at the beach with my dog playing in the sand. I'm doing this because I'm curious, and it's timely, and it's a conversation being had right now in the world, and I want to listen to other people's opinions and hear what they have to say about it, and then fucking destroy them and say you're wrong. Because if you don't have my opinion about the Kim K thing, then I'm kidding. How do I feel about that personally? Like, let me check in with myself. I feel like I don't even have to say this, but just because I have this opinion and agree with Kim Kardashian and don't like how people are spinning this into 50 different things it's not, doesn't make me a bad person and someone you should not like. So when people have opinions that are not the same as yours, you can still be friends with them. You can still listen to their podcast. You can still just like celebrate that, because that's life is like, that's a beautiful thing in life. Communicate with someone who doesn't share the same opinion as you, and that is, in my opinion, healthy, because you're going to walk out into the world every day and meet people that are different than you and think different than you, and it's important to know how to handle that and talk to those people and literally like mostly listen to them. It's a lot of listening. That's what I've learned. It's a lot of listening. It's a lot of less talk, more. What's the quote? You have 2 eyes and 1 mouth. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen more than you speak. I'm a podcast host. I'm talking a lot right now. And I know I've been shitting on all these tweets, but it's obscene what people are saying. I'm taking my opinion today about this, and I'm like tucking it under my arm, and I'm carrying it, and I'm just like fired up. Someone's like, I have the best advice for women in business. Kim Kardashian says, they like re-quoted it or edited it and said, have generational wealth. Well, let me see. There's a few more. Was this on International Women's Day? Someone's like, Kim Kardashian telling women in business to get off their asses and work the day after International Women's Day has to be the biggest joke of the year. Oh my God, people are relentless. Here's the original. Oh, the 7 secrets of highly successful people: private school, legacy IV admission, nepotism hire, seed capital from family, club memberships, personal assistant, nanny, ghostwriter, journalists who ask, what's your secret? And uncritically publish the answer. So dumb. The fact like this person even took the time to, I don't like bitter, jealous people. And that's just what this is giving to me right now. Women have not been working hard enough, says the rich woman born with a silver spoon who has maids, nannies, tutors, assistants, chauffeurs, etc., etc., freeing her to work without the burdens of unpaid care work most women bear that men then use against us to pay less. Listen, okay, I'm gonna end with this. All right, listen to this shit. Okay, this is not a lecture. Don't be scared. So, I grew up with 2 other siblings who were like 1 year older than me and a year and a half younger than me. We all went through school at the same time. My parents struggled to put us through private school. Yes, I went to private school. What is, according to this person, that makes me a secret. That's a secret to being a highly successful person is private school. I went to private Catholic school growing up. My parents worked their asses off to put us through it all the way to 8th grade. Every single year. Yeah, we went all the way to 8th grade. They never pulled us out. They paid for it. And I watched my mom, like, she would literally wake up at like 4:30, go work out at the gym, come home, get ready for work herself, brush my hair, help me with my school stuff, make us breakfast, or my dad would usually make us breakfast or whatever, and then my mom would be like making our lunches for school. And then us kids were up at like 6 or something, feeding our animals. We had bunnies, we had chickens, we had horses, sheep, ponies, dogs, cats. We'd be throwing hay in there, getting the buckets of grain ready. We'd be, out there before school feeding animals. And, we'd go to school. My parents would go to work. And so my upbringing was very like, I witnessed a lot of, I was exposed to like a really strong work ethic. And so I guess it's easy for me to say, I'll wrap things up by saying like my perspective about this whole Kim K thing is like, it, you know, I only know, that's all I know. Like that's what I was shown as a kid growing up. And yeah, I was upper middle class, okay, whatever, you know, I wasn't some, you know, I had two parents in the home, and I wasn't living in poverty, you know. I mean, there were times where things were rough though. Like I know my parents, they you know, they had those years where things were financially hard, and I'm sure, yeah, like I look back and I'm like, I can't even believe how do you do that? Like, how did they do it? You know, we didn't go on like fancy vacations all the time, and we did, you know, we did like camping trips, and you know, we would have movie nights, and like we would go to the local swim pool and go swimming as a family, and we'd go to the lake, and we'd go like do a lot of activities that weren't super fancy like a rich family where we're, yeah, on a yacht in Greece or whatever. Like it's not like I came from that, but the point of me saying this is that's what was shown to me. So I think it's easy for me to like agree with Kim and go like, yeah, fuck yeah, get off your ass and work. But I think, I don't know, it's gonna blow over anyways. Like this isn't gonna be a conversation in a week, but I haven't really talked about my childhood in a while, but I grew up where it was like we were super disciplined. Oh my god, not to mention all the chores we had to do, and if not, we were grounded, and that kind of like my parents were hard asses, and honestly I'm grateful for it, because I look at myself now and it's like it set me up for my future being an adult on my own, making my own decisions, because that was my foundation. And now it's like I can apply all those all that ingrained work ethic to my jobs now, and my hobbies now, and you know, my health and my relationships. And I'm not a half-asser. Like I give it my all, and I get off my fucking ass and work. And I should end this episode, but like, you have one life. Like, don't be a victim. Don't be like these people tweeting. Like, have some grit, have some perspective. Stop hating on rich people. That's easy. That's a cop out. That's a fucking cop out. It's just the most like low hanging whatever. Like it's just right there. It's like lazy. That's fucking lazy. I'll say that. I don't like the victim thing. This world, it's just, again, it's fucked. Everyone and their mom is saying that on their podcast now, but things aren't looking good. America's got too soft, and we need to harden ourselves up. I don't know. I want to come from a place of love, though, to all the people that are pissed off at Kim. Like, I get it. I understand why they are. I understand. And we need that yin yang, you know, but the yang is a little bit dramatic here, and a little bit extreme, and it's a little too victim-y, in my opinion. And yeah, so I'm going to end this episode. I hope you guys have a great day. I don't really know what happened. What did I even cover? Mostly the Kim K thing. I touched on the clean girl aesthetic, the Mandela Effect, the bucket list. I talked about my new golf clubs and my bike coming. I talked about a little bit of Ukraine, Russia. Oh, Trump on Nelk and that getting deleted. And I shared some tweets about Kim K. I'm going to try the trend after this episode. I'm going to like take off my lip color and put on there's this trend where your perfect lip shade is your eyebrow pencil, lining your lips with your eyebrow pencil and following that up with your blush shade. So I'm going to try that after this. And I'm really excited, and I might make a TikTok of it. So go follow me on TikTok and watch it on at the Jacqueline Monroe Show. And that's it. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Episode 307 coming to a close in 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.